we're gonna need 2 pieces of materials, just like you can see here. It doesn't matter if you have the same type of material, but it will be nice if you have 2 different types of materials. So you also need elastic band. I'm gonna tell you the measurements later, but you need 2 pieces of elastic band. You will need a measuring tape or anything you would like to use to measure, and then you will need some scissors. You can use a cutter or whatever you have. You may need a ruler instead of a measuring tape or a meter. So what we're gonna need again, we're gonna need some threads, we're gonna need a needle, and we're gonna need some pins to pin the folds or the material down. If you have some, if you don't have some, you can use also pegs. So let's start right away. So I'm gonna measure like this. We need 9 by 6 inches, but what we're gonna do is I'm gonna measure off the 9 like that, and then I'll need 6 inches here, and I'll take 6 because I already have a double material, so I wanted to do it again. So roughly this will be 12 inches, and that's what I'm gonna do right now. So let's go on with the measurements. Of this other size, so now we're gonna measure off. Now we're gonna get our second material, and what we're gonna do with the second material, just gonna lay it down like this and just press that right on top. Now I'll go in with my roller. So what I'm doing is I just use the first piece to measure off what I need from the second material. So now that we have all our pieces, we're gonna go on and bring in the elastic. So we're gonna go on and measure 2 elastic pieces. I measured 9.5 centimeters of this. So now our next step is gonna be, we're gonna get this material and lay it like inside out. So, and then we'll put this other material on top of it like that. But in between these 2 materials, because this is gonna be one of the parts that are gonna be outside on our mask and that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring our elastic and lay it here. And so at the top here, like you can see, we're just gonna bring our elastic like up to there and leave that 1/2 inch. So we're gonna do the same on this other side. We're gonna pin the elastic down too. So that's how it looks like right now. And now we're gonna cover that. And then we'll bring that end. What we're gonna go on and do is hand stitch this side from here to here and from there to here. So before we hand stitch, I'm gonna show you something else you need to do. So like you can see that upper part, we're gonna go on again and fold this cloth before we end stitch. So you can go on and fold both sides like that. And hold them in place too. And then do the same with this other side. With that side too. Make sure that you pass through the elastic as you stitch. And around the elastic here, make sure that you stick as many times as possible, so it's tight and fixed in place, so it's not going anywhere, or you're sure it's not just gonna break the next minute when you're trying to pull it to wear it, because you know a lot of horse masks might be put on the elastic as you wear your mask. So now I'm just gonna do a rough stitch. Note, you just bring your needle through your thread and lay it down, and then pull it all the way through, and it will be very tight knotted. So we're gonna go on and do the same thing on this other side actually. So that's not what we have. You can go on and cut the corners, as long as you don't cut through the stitch lines. On their mouth, yet they already put it outside, so that's what I was trying to avoid. That's why I put another kind of fabric on the other side. So you can go on with the ironing, and you can iron it off straight or something like that. It will make life much more easier if you iron it. That's what we have right now. So we're gonna go on and let me see which part is gonna be our bottom. So our bottom is this side. So we're gonna take our folds from up going down. The folds are supposed to be facing down when someone wears the mask. This is what is supposed to be on our nose. And I'm not going to measure, but I'm gonna take in like an inch or something like that, like an inch of a fold. So I'm gonna go on and make a second plate here. And don't forget, all the folds or the plates are supposed to look in the same direction. So you can do that, or if you want. So now I'm gonna grab my other needle, and I'll definitely not go through the whole thing, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my needle and go right to my folds. So after that first after the front is secured, I'll go on and make like a normal stitch like that. So I'm going to do the same on this other side. So thank you guys a lot for watching. I hope this tutorial is helpful to you guys, and I'm really happy that I could make something for those people who cannot use a sewing machine and they would love to have some masks. So I'm Misha and we are still on Mimi's pot. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about the mask. I'll be really glad to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe, of course, if you're watching for the first time. Don't forget to turn on that bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And don't forget to give this video, of course, thumbs up if you like it or find it interesting. We'll see you in my next video, and choose. I love you all. Peace. I sign out.